hello, everybody. Welcome into the St. John's Game.
Good timing.
It's on in the morning.
Perfect.
We've got a great show for you here today. We've got Sheriff Hardwick in studio. The big fight night was last night. That was a great night of fights.
Oh.
Huge night, great crowd. The presentation was amazing.
Well produced.
Man, I need some of those tunnels. for our
Right?
guys.
Did you see that?
We can
Tunnels
loan
were
those.
great.
Those are pals. We can loan those to you.
Hey!
Yeah. We use them for pal football, kids.
Ooh.
That's fun. The whole setup was really cool, man.
Yeah.
It looked great. It
Yeah,
looked
super
great.
excited.
I
Can't wait to
can't
talk
wait to
about it.
dive into
Yeah,
this with
me
you.
too.
Looked like a lot of fun. And of course, for a good cause, Diamond of Dreams. We'll talk about that. And we'll talk about a sketchy new trend that's going around for seniors in high school this year. And if we're seeing it here and what we can do to prevent it.
Always with the children.
Always with those kids.
Mm-hmm.
There was, they do senior pranks all the time. And when I was a senior, there was this rumor that some senior class around the nation had let wasps go inside the school halls.
Wow. That's, yeah.
Is it true? Pete?
I don't know. There were rumors that they were going to do it at our school, and our school was very worried about it.
Oh my gosh, rumors.
Who's going to get like 1,000 wasps? How do you do that?
Have you met Rick?
You think Rick has a wasp trap
I mean, he's
somewhere?
got connects, man. He's got a wasp dude down on Holmes.
He's got a wasp.
That's who I would call.
It's under his beehive.
Yeah, okay, yeah, there you go. There you go.
I don't know if he can or not, but that's who I would call.
Yeah, that's your first call.
First
Can
call's to
you
Rick.
do this? Can you pull off wasps?
I need 1,000 bees now.
Oh, bees are different.
Rick will get
Wasp.
it. Rick will get it to you by the end of the day. Yeah. All right. Bozard Ford Lincoln. They won't put bees in their rides. Okay. Since 1949, they've been more than just a dealership. A family-owned beacon of trust here in St. Augustine. Honesty, integrity, and community service. And those family traditions continue to thrive at the dealership to this day. It's going to be a good show.
Yeah.
Their state-of-the-art service facility, 91 climate-controlled bays, a quick lane for no appointment-needed maintenance, and you can enjoy the comforts of their customer lounge and the unique flavors of Ford's Garage while you're out there. They're the proud recipients of the prestigious Triple Crown Award and named Florida's Dealer of the Year by Dealer Rater. Bozard Ford Lincoln offers the best in pricing, selection, and service just off 95 and State Road 16, where your satisfaction is their mission, and they are driven to inspire.
Yeah.
And the Florida Man Games.
Hello. It's right here. Yeah.
It's right here, man. We're 3 weeks away. We're less than 3 weeks away. We're 2 weeks away, basically, at this
my
point.
gosh, you're right.
Jeez,
Yeehaw,
wild.
let's go.
I gotta check on my people.
I know. Are your officers ready? A lot of comments in our threads saying those officers better be ready for these Florida men this year.
Yeah.
Born ready. Bring it on.
Wow. Okay. All right.
They're
We'll
drinking
see.
Coca-Cola and eating donuts.
Is it true there's going to be a Diddy slip and slide?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Diddy has a Miami house, so we're gonna oil up a bed, and you got to slide across it at one point.
So bring a change of clothes, you're saying.
As in
no.
P. Diddy? Like
Huh?
P?
Well,
Yeah.
we can't actually say that. It's a famous rapper's Miami bed.
Yeah,
Oh,
because the
gotcha, 'cause he's in
HBO
prison
is
right
Yeah,
now.
yeah,
I gotcha,
yeah.
gotcha.
Well, no, because he's probably got some trademarks on his name, so
Oh.
Yeah.
we're probably not allowed to use his.
So we can call him Diddle.
That's a good job. You were very good because he diddled and dabbled.
There you go. P. Diddles.
My God, is that? Yeah, that's Pete's jail name.
P. Diddles, Miami bed. I think we can do that. I think we can technically
Not
do
P.
that.
Diddles. Just
Legal.
P. Diddles.
Just Diddles.
Yeah, just Diddles.
Now contacting legal. Hold on.
Yeah.
Contacting legal.
Okay.
I'm right here.
Oh yeah.
You are the law.
I was like, oh my gosh. That's a whole nother level to the evading
Yeah,
arrest.
man.
I gotta check
Yep.
on that. My people gotta be training. We forgot. We got sidetracked.
Oh well.
Well, they're ready. You mean?
They do it
said
for a
they're always
living.
ready.
They
They do it for a living. We chase people for a living. It's our
That's
job.
right. That's right.
They're training every day.
Yes.
Oh, it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Word.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, Sheriff, I put in the request for officers at the games and all that stuff. And the positions filled up like that.
Oh, there's no way.
I mean,
Oh,
as soon as that hit the roll call
Yes, sir.
system,
Yep, gone.
it was filled up.
And I can show you today, there's probably all kinds of vacancies across the county where these cops just don't want to work these details.
Yeah.
Yours, everybody's waiting on that day.
Oh,
going,
dude.
refresh.
It was right away.
Yeah,
Everybody wanted to be
super
out there. That was
excited, yeah.
awesome. That was really cool. Also, big shout out to our friends at Fidus Roofing, Great Expectations Realty and Auction, Chiba Hut Toasted Subs, BHF Insurance, Chris Lucero Bail Bonds, St. Augustine Handy House, and I'm powered as I am each and every morning by our friends at the Vibe Nutrition. I saw our friend Jen Wills in there this morning.
Again?
She's hooked.
Holy crap! Dude, yesterday was her first
man.
day. She was like, I've got to have
She
this
came
every
in
day.
with
Oh,
so
God.
much energy.
Okay, I love
Yeah.
it.
Like she needs more.
I know. You would have arrested her on suspicion of drug use if you would have pulled her
Wow.
over.
You know
It
what happens to
was-
me when I drink those things for God? I don't go to bed for 2 days.
Right? I know.
Created a monster.
She loves them. She's hooked.
God bless
She was
her.
in there with a big smile on her face this morning.
I mean, that's
Crack cocaine. Cocaine.
7
Good
o'clock on
morning,
the crack.
everybody. How are you guys doing officially today?
Hey, happy Friday.
Valentine's Day!
Woo!
Big
Oh,
deal.
it is Valentine's Day, isn't it?
All of you look so nice and red. Outstanding.
Yeah.
Way to go.
Yeah, thanks for making it for Christmas for us here.
Oh,
You're like the tree,
I'm just in the
yeah.
middle over here somewhere. I do
Perfect.
George me, we get Christmas tree.
No, because I'm afraid you're going to try and kiss me again.
Oh,
so
I love
that's
it.
why I
It is
wear a
Valent-
hat
I
now
love
when
you,
you
brother.
come in.
He's already got a hug in this week.
Well,
He's
you
already-
attempted a
he's
hug.
over his hug limit.
You got
That
to
was
let half a
assault.
hug in.
You might need to look at that.
Yeah, I do need to file a complaint. Bring on an assault.
I'm in the
Yeah.
second term. I don't give a damn.
Yeah.
You might need to look at that.
My jail is clean, as you know. I'll go spend. Don't bum me out, Kendall. Leave me the hell alone. I got a lot of friends over there.
It's like a
They're very loyal
vacation
in that
for
jail.
some of us.
He acts
Yeah.
like he's the president. You know you could go for a third term, right? You know if you want to do this again, you
Oh,
got to
damn.
win another
Oh,
term.
damn, you're right. My bad, my bad. Yeah, my bad. Let me clean it up a little bit.
We
I'm
reported.
sorry, Peter.
There's a jail in Japan we reported on that senior citizens are literally going to jail for like care and like
right, yeah.
and they make a garden and living
Yeah,
is beautiful.
really
Yeah.
Let's not go down that road with St. John's County Jail. No.
No.
Just kidding.
No, it looks like a great facility. Those doors look like they'd be fun to jump out of.
Yeah. I still get those questions, by the way.
I know, I bet you do. People ask me those questions all the time.
All the
In case there's a
time.
fire, they all open and they jump. I mean, I know.
That's what everybody
That's
thinks.
That's not
That's what
correct.
everybody thinks. It's plumbing. It's
Just
fixing the
plumbing,
plumbing.
yeah.
I moved here. I'm like, well, it's the south.
Sheriff, before I forget,
Oh, God, serious
before we
question.
get too far in, Maeve made me buy this for you.
Oh, I
Okay,
love
so
it.
Our 5-year-old
Ken
made
and I
me
love
buy this for you, and because I had the little sheriff badge, she felt like you needed to have your name on your little sheriff badge.
Oh, there's a note on the
love
back.
Maeve.
Look at that.
Valentine's
Oh, that's so sweet.
Day.
It has your name on it.
That
I
is
love that
awesome.
kid, man. I love that kid.
That's adorable.
Yeah.
Quick, give me the one that's on your uniform. You can put that one on. Yeah.
You know, I hate to say, but this probably has more power because you understand what Bass Pro Shop is. Yeah.
Yes, for
They're
sure.
behemoth.
You're a beautiful little girl. Love you to death.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
Thank you.
Question?
Can I tell a story about seeing your other high half yesterday in Duncan? We'll tell you later on. We'll tell you later on.
Yeah.
Yeah, for,
Yeah,
the
sure. Yeah, well.
red light
The kids
district
are
time.
listening. Yeah. The kids are listening.
Question of the day.
All right, question of the day is very simple. It's Valentine's Day. Who was your first crush?
Oh.
And it could be a celebrity crush, could be like someone you were in school with or went to church with or lived in the neighborhood.
Are you supposed to have crushes on people you go to church with?
Yes.
Yeah, kind of. I'm Catholic, honey.
100 years ago, that's where everyone.
Davey said it.
Yeah.
Those Catholic nuns are. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
They
I'm
beat
just
me
kidding.
up. I
Me
still
too.
have PTSD from all those
Me too.
nuns.
Me
Yes.
too.
There's a reason why my
Sister
cursive is
Shirley
perfect.
and Renee
Yeah.
wore my rear end out with my own blood. So no nuns for me.
Okay.
Yes. My knuckles are not the same.
Okay, I think I
I
got mine.
think the first crush that I can remember was in second grade, and I was in school. You know, we lived in Niagara Falls for a couple of years when I was a kid, so I was in school up there, so I can say her full name because nobody around here's going to know, right? Yeah.
Well, you never know.
Well, yeah, you
they all
never know.
moved here.
Her name was Lisa Lingen. Lisa Lingen.
Wow. She puts the ledge in legend.
You sure it wasn't a stripper?
Might be now.
Lisa Legend.
No.
So she could be now.
It's not
Lisa.
It's not Lisa Wedgie. Lisa
Actually,
Le-
I looked her up recently, and she's definitely not a stripper.
She's not.
She wouldn't make the cut.
You don't
She's a
say that.
senator?
She
you don't
wouldn't
say
make
that.
the cut.
You got to go near military bases. She'd make the cut.
I don't even think even then.
Oh, really?
Going to afternoon on Tuesday.
Oh, okay, never mind.
For my luck, she moved to St. Augustine, and she watches the show
No, she
every
didn't.
morning.
Oh my! That it would be your luck. That would be your
my
luck.
luck. That
Yeah,
is completely
definitely.
my luck, yeah.
Right on the money. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Scott Wolf, Party of Five, back in the day.
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
Bailey was the character. Never missed an episode. Oh yeah. And I would be like so in the closet that like I would put like a poster of Janet Jackson. And then like underneath would be the poster of Scott Wolf, so that like at night I could like look at the Scott Wolf poster, but then if someone knocked on my door, I had to put the Janet Jackson one over there. I'm like,
Yeah, they're rolling out.
yeah, and everybody that walked in my room was like rolling their eyes, like seriously, like it's just
Like we don't know.
right. My aunt's like, since 3 we knew. God, jeez. I just thought I looked like David Copperfield in my mom's outfits and doing magic shows in the living room.
You almost said Copperfield.
I did. You almost got me.
That's his drag name.
That's David Copperfield. That would be so good, Troy. That is so good.
Now you see it, now you don't.
Magic Man.
He's a grower, not a shower. Dude, that is a great name. Save that forever. Just in case if I have to retire. I'm going to do that.
Show's over.
In the villages.
If you ever need to know where to find Davey on OnlyFans,
David Copperfield. I love it.
right.
So good. Now performing in the villages, David Copperfield. That's my audience, you guys. That's all I got. That's my demographic. Yeah.
Oh boy. Sheriff,
goodness.
what about you? Do you remember your first crush?
Yeah, I don't mean to mention her name either because I had a hot for teacher thing going on when I was at CPS.
okay.
So hopefully Susan Ryan's not listening. You know who she is, right? You know Susan Ryan, Colonel Ryan's wife?
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, Colonel, with all due respect, I was a child. I was in 4th grade. But
Yeah, you didn't know any better.
it was Daisy Duke when I was home, and it was in school. I was like, I paid attention in class when
it was
Susan
the best-
Ryan was teaching.
Oh, okay.
Best school year you ever had.
Ever. Yeah. Well, I stayed in that grade 4 years. I failed every year, so I was like, just couldn't figure it out. Just couldn't figure it out.
That's great. Rick, what about you?
Oh man, I do have one 2nd grade. Her name was Lisa too. She is from here. Don't know. It was yours. No, Lisa Shimento. I don't even know if you know her. I don't care. Shout out Lisa Shimento.
We're just putting out St. Augustine names now. Okay.
That's what I'm talking about.
I
That's what I'm
went
talking
to
about.
school with that Lisa.
Yeah,
Sure.
I don't know where she is or what she's up to, but I remember, like, you remember those fortune tellers? Pick a number, pick a color.
Yeah.
I was at home making one, and every single one said, "I love you." Yeah. My mom's like, "You can't take that to school." Yeah, but I love
But it's true,
Lisa.
Mom. It's
Yeah.
That was my first one, though. Shout out Lisa, wherever you are.
Okay. There you
She
go.
just text me.
She wants you arrested, Rick.
I'm on a list.
She wants to know where your wasps are at.
That's
Yeah, I'm
right.
not lost.
and mine's a girl in kindergarten, Terry Gray. So, and Terry Gray was
Terry with an I or a Y,
with
different.
an I.
Oh.
Did she do
One
anything
R.
over the eye, like a heart?
Yeah, was there a
One
heart
R.
over the eye?
Or one R and one I.
But how did she dot that I? It's important.
In kindergarten, I don't really remember it because I wasn't good with my letters. Remember, I'm
Jesus.
dyslexic.
What are you doing in kindergarten? Why are you horny in kindergarten? Like,
I
why?
can tell you, like, if there was a heart over it, I wouldn't know the difference. When I read, everything's all messed up anyway.
That's
so
why they called you Kickstand for all those years. Yeah.
that's your name, Cockerfield.
I know. Now it's graduated.
But my celebrity crush was Marie Osmond.
Oh, Marie.
Not Anne Marie.
Yeah, pretty bland. Pretty bland,
Yeah,
right?
he had like a mummy complex on that one.
When you're
Yeah.
6 and, she was much better looking when
My,
she was younger.
yeah, my celebrity crush was Vanna White, so not much less
Vanna.
bland.
But now you look at her now.
Yeah, she's kind of held up.
She does. She looks great. Honestly.
She's like 70.
I mean, there's plastic holding her up.
So
but
what?
She's,
She's
kinda held
still up. Yeah.
You know how popular she'd be in the villages?
Yeah. That's still smash.
Oh my! I'm not on this show today. You guys gotta tighten up, clean it up.
She's 67.
Okay.
God
well, I can
bless.
deal with that.
Yeah.
That Janet Jackson poster's haunting me
So
now.
stupid,
She was
I know.
always hot though. I thought
She was.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. She had
Yep,
like
she
the
was.
yeah.
But her and Michael look very similar.
Yeah.
Haunting.
Right, that was
Hunting.
There was a rumor that they were the same person for a while.
That's true.
Yeah, no, Janet's still around.
Good.
Yeah, yeah. Well, maybe they just killed off the Mike character.
Yeah, I was
maybe
like,
they were
just tired
like,
of doing
we're
it.
done with this character.
Let's kill him off.
Sorry, Miss Jackson. I am for real.
Yeah. I don't think it was that Miss Jackson.
No, that was
No.
a different Miss Jackson.
Different
That's
Jackson.
been
Sorry,
proven.
I'm an
Yeah.
idiot. My bad.
It could have been.
Yeah,
actually.
that's how I
now
feel.
that I think about it.
Thank you, Pete. Okay, now what?
Good question.
He's got to look at the menu.
I don't really know.
Now what the hell do we do?
We've lost
Really
Troy.
Uncomfortable silence.
Yeah.
Quick check of the weather, Troy. That's right. That quick check of the weather brought to you by Great Expectations Realty and Auction, who can sell your home, your business, and everything in it. Check them out at geauction.com and gerealty.us. We now go to the Traffic Report.
Dun, 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 dun.
It's looking clear out there.
It
We
is
got
very
like
clear.
some farmland looking camera there.
Oh,
I've tapped
wow.
into a different page. This is the second day in a row I'm finding cameras we've never put up here for.
I like it. It
Wow.
looks very rural.
It is, and the contrast and the vibrance is really good
Rural?
on this. So
Yeah.
rural.
I mean, get to look at it now because it's going to be gone tomorrow, I'm sure, you know.
Yeah, you know, there's a new Walmart going up right over there to the
God's
left.
sake.
That's a hard word to say.
Rural.
I know it is.
Yeah.
Too many R's.
Rural.
That's why I'm storing the last of my wasps out there. So keep me.
Okay, that's where the wasp farm is.
Willie!
You can see it right
That's where I
there.
had the wasp at.
We used to have a character,
I
Willie
know
the Wasp.
Willie. Yeah, I'm the wasp guy.
See? Wasp King of St. Augustine.
There's your traffic report.
Thank you, Rick, for the traffic report. That comes to us from Lux Japanese Head Spa. Imagine you close your eyes and you feel the tension melt away as skilled hands gently massage your scalp using centuries-old Japanese techniques designed to calm your mind and refresh your soul. Does your mind need to be calmed, Sheriff, and your soul need to be refreshed?
I'm actually thinking about that right now. Is how can I refresh it and get it cleansed and clean?
Perfect.
This is- yeah,
This
it's like-
is
This is how
what.
we do it?
This is the experience for you at Lux Japanese Head Spa, Sheriff.
Spiritual.
Okay, Roger that.
Their treatments don't just relax; they heal. So whether you're dealing with thinning hair, looks like you're dealing with some thinning hair. I don't know if the stress is getting to you, man.
Yes, sir. Yep, my wife. Yep, go ahead. Yeah.
Dandruff, psoriasis, an imbalanced scalp. Your scalp looks like it's leaning a little bit to the left.
You think so?
Oh, wow. They can balance that out,
They
bro.
can-
I
Yeah,
don't pay
that's
attention.
right.
Let's go together, the four of us.
All right,
Let's
sure.
go.
So why not give yourself the gift of true relaxation? Visit Lux Japanese Head Spa and feel the difference because you deserve more than just a break. You deserve renewal. All right.
Silence again.
No, that was planned silence. I
No,
did
that
on
was good. It's
purpose.
called transition.
What am I getting?
That's a topic, for sure, if it's spelled right.
Oh, really?
Yeah, by far.
Here?
All around.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
Because today's a press conference for it, so
Oh,
I
okay.
definitely
Sure.
talk about that.
We'll get to
That's
it.
pretty good shit, isn't it?
That's
Oh, sorry. Poop.
impressive to write that upside down.
We're delayed. Poop. Sorry.
That
We're
was
not
it.
delayed.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, we're not.
Yeah, we're not.
If
You're
one of
fine,
I wrote down
please.
immigration upside down, so we
Yes.
need to talk about that because it's a big topic worldwide. So, anyways,
Oh, good.
First, we're going to talk about Sheriff Hype Man Hardwick. And last
how did I
night's
do last night with my MCing?
good. Great, man. Yeah, the
love
crowd
that.
was hyped the whole
I love it.
time.
Your voice held up.
I didn't think he was going to have a voice today. I thought he was going to cancel. I saw the whole thing last night, and you were screaming all night long.
I know, it's so exciting. Because some people know this, but when I was at Fort Bragg, of course, I had to pay some bills, back in the day with some underground fighting up there. So I used to like to fight. Got knocked out quite a few times, but so if fighting excites me, I mean, I just, it's one of those things where I just truly enjoy it. And it was a great night. We had so many text messages come through for people saying, best event I've ever seen. We ended up selling 2,500 tickets.
That's amazing.
For our first event,
amazing.
coming off, of course, last year with the Florida Man
Yeah,
game.
man.
So glad things worked out. We just did it on our own because it definitely is a standalone event and don't take away from Florida Man game. So it was just a great event last night. And our female boxers from the St. Johns County Sheriff's Office, they walked away with straight gold. Every one of our females
Every
won.
one of the females from
Every
St.
one of our employees,
wow,
whether female, won gold.
Who won overall? Who's the overall winner? Because you guys looked like you were looking for some retribution from last year.
Yeah,
you guys,
so-
SJSO was fighting like they wanted a comeback.
Yeah, so we didn't do the old, fire because some of the ones that were on our employees for the sheriff's office side, we were all sheriff's office employees. However, on the fire side, you had Beach Peach girls boxing gym in there.
Sure.
You had Hit Like a Girl boxing gym in there. You had Regal boxing gym in there, and then of course you had St. Johns County Fire and Rescue. Then you had St. Augustine City Fire as the trainers. So we didn't do really. This is all St. Johns County Fire Rescue. This is all St. Johns County Sheriff's Office. So we didn't do that.
Oh, I didn't know.
No, we did a fight of the night. So we did, and then Kia family gave them each $300 cash, and we gave them just a nice little trophy.
Cool. That's awesome.
Yeah.
It looked like a lot of fun.
It was
Everybody
rocking
was
there.
into it, from the crowd to the fighters
Yeah.
to everybody, man.
Yeah,
It just seemed like an electric night.
Kendall walked out of there with $50,000 plus.
Yeah,
because
for Diamond of
they'll
Dreams,
they'll
right?
close
Yeah.
out. Yeah, 50.
is
We were
awesome.
expecting 10 or 15,000 on year
That's
one.
amazing.
And she walked out of there with 50,000, and we had some additional people call us today saying they would go ahead and either match or kick in some additional money based on the final numbers. Yeah,
That
super
is
excited.
awesome.
Yeah,
Diamonds
yeah.
and Dreams.
So if I sound like I'm a smoker today, no, I'm not smoking.
You were yelling all night last
Oh my
night.
God, I
It was
could not.
great.
I didn't go to bed till 1:30 this morning. I wish Kendall a happy Valentine's Day. We fell asleep, got up at 4 o'clock, and decided to not go to the gym. But we woke up for the gym, and then I came to work.
Wow, man.
I mean, the production, man.
The production was great.
Seriously.
I mean, the setup out
That
there
was
looks
so
amazing.
pro. It was so good.
Yeah, the entrance tunnels, the smoke, the lights.
Yeah,
it was amazing.
It was just awesome. And Chrissy Pageant, Corporal Chrissy Pageant, you know, of course, she's a former Guns and Hoses champ, and she's one of the officers that came with me from the Beach PD over to here. She was one of my female sergeants at the time, and her and her beautiful wife just, I mean, it just everything came together. She put a lot of work into it, and it really came out well. Greg Adams, of course, with his production company, they gave us like a $40,000 package for like $4,000.
That's awesome. Wow.
And when we walked in there on weigh-in night with that massive American flag there, we used our tunnels that we used for the kids with our Pop Warner League for PAL.
Yeah.
It just was, of course, that's our boxing ring that our Police Athletic League owns for our kids. It just was, it was a powerful night. And the next thing you know, 2,500 ticket sales.
Yeah.
And we were hoping for 1,000.
That's incredible.
amazing.
That's
Yeah.
incredible,
Yep,
man.
yep,
I'm
and,
so excited for you guys. This thing's really going to take off and be.
Yeah.
It's going to be massive. You guys are going to need to move into a bigger facility soon. I
You know,
mean,
we talked about that last night, but I think the homegrown concept is what we want, and the AMP is homegrown. And I don't know as we'll ever move out of there. So we go to capacity, we sell tickets. It's not about making money, by the way. It's about actually having a good time, getting that camaraderie, that partnership, and just me being out of my, I had people sending me videos like, holy, the sheriff's a human being. You know, I am a human being, and
do they never watch this show?
Apparently, I don't know. Like, oh yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
right.
Yeah. Well, they always say term 2. I was like, no, term 1 was really no different. But it just was a great night, and my staff is so amazing, you know. And I got a special relationship with our employees, and it shows last night when. But it's just it feels good to get in that ring, of course, and just let my hair down a little bit, you know, and be who I am. And I just love fighting.
Let's talk about the kids matches, the
Yeah.
PAL matches.
Yes.
Really cool matches. Again, so cool to see these young people with a crowd like that most boxers will
No
never
way.
see in their life.
Their
Will
whole
never
life.
see a crowd like that.
Yeah, Pete, that's so we started, this was another just vision of mine when I came to the St. Johns County Sheriff's Office to start a Police Athletic League, boxing for kids. That's how you let aggression out. That's how you build discipline. That's how you build, being a part of a team. And not every kid gets in a uniform and plays football or baseball or basketball.
Right.
So we run about 35 kids to 40 kids. We cap it out in our program. John Pervetti, of course, was Chrissy Pageant's boxing coach at Guns and Hoses. His son now, of course, fought last night. But those kids came out, and now we got a great partnership going with Flagler County Sheriff's Office Police Athletic League, Putnam County Sheriff's Office Police Athletic League, and these kids just come out there. They were disciplined. They put on a good show. They got the crowd fired up. But you're right, for them to be in front of 2,500 people, not including everybody, probably close to 3,000 people.
Yeah.
You'll never see that in most amateur or pro events. So
Right.
it was even our guest judges, Mike Dragnich, of course, who's a pro MMA fighter and alligator wrestler,
He's an amazing dude,
he
yeah.
is a character. But last night he's like, Sheriff, we don't see this in some of the pro fights we had.
Right.
Matter of fact, the last bare knuckles fight I went to, we had a bigger crowd there. I'm a bare knuckles guy, the way. The more blood, the more.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you Mala.
Oh
Okay.
my God. I know,
Come
I don't know
on.
what I just like to fight.
Have you seen this new sport, dirty boxing? Mike Perry's
Yes.
dirty boxing.
I probably
Yeah,
shouldn't
man.
confess on the radio on the air, but I'm an underground fighter, so I got addicted to underground fighting up
Like Fight Club?
Fight Club Underground, where nothing's
We don't talk
sanctioned,
about
no
it.
rules.
Yeah, okay,
yeah,
sorry.
Can't talk about It's off the
Okie dokie.
GPS located.
Okay, I'm
But
learning.
anyways, underground fighting, of course, it's sanctioned, but now, of course, over the years, it's really But back in the day in Fort Bragg, it was truly underground fighting.
Yeah,
And,
like a Jean-Claude Van Damme movie.
yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah. You sit in a warehouse and watch a fight, and it goes on for 4 hours. I just sit. You just can't get enough of it. And
Sounds amazing.
Back then, it was mostly special operations group guys. Because
Okay.
Fort Bragg back then was a massive training post. Or
And everybody walks by, they're okay, and nothing, it's,
oh, you pay $20 to get in the door, and it's just there's blood everywhere. There's,
Oh, my
there's
God.
fights in the crowd. Yeah,
Yeah,
there's bales
man.
of hay around there.
This is crazy.
Yeah,
Sounds great.
A nude ring girl. It's just straight up.
God
cowboy.
bless.
Hey, we've got one of those.
Yeah. Anyways, just a great event last night. Yep, it's super
That's
good.
awesome.
And the production was right, Pete. It was first
It was amazing.
class.
It was
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the adult fights too. I think Bout 5 was the first adult men's fight, and that was a slugger, man.
It was.
There were big haymakers thrown, big punches the whole round. It was great.
Yeah, it's funny because on weigh-in night, you kind of, I'm a big person. You look in the eyes of somebody when you're talking to them, and you can see if they're focused or they're in it because of the crowd. The crowd has overwhelmed them. So that's when you see me get in their face and yell their name. If they are looking through you like a set of deer in the headlights, they're focused on the fight and not focused on what's going on behind you. If the other ones are looking around, and sometimes they focus on what's going on out here. Next thing you know, you're getting hit in the head. So I think every fight, but going into the adult fights, we did not let down that crowd. Every fight was, and some of these women, by the way, I mean, they're not my age, but they're between my age and 40, and they're just doing it because there's something in life they want to do. But they're nurses, and they work in hospitals, and they work in real estate, and they work in finance. And then, of course, our women work in crime scene technicians. They work in HR, finance, the jail. I mean, so it was just I'm still hyped. I mean, I got in bed last night, and of course, I had eaten. I'd probably.
I mean, training for combat is super fun. Like combat class is one of our biggest classes. Yeah,
sure.
For
Well,
sure.
it's a confidence builder. First of all, right? It confidence, and also too, when you take a shot on the chin or you take something on the body, you're like, okay, that hurt, but also too, your body recovers quickly.
Yeah.
Because of the adrenaline rush. So I probably had 30 throat lozenges last night because when I was a drill sergeant, you take those and they wonder how you can yell for 21 days in a row.
Yeah.
You're just sucking on lozenges. And your throat just recovers.
Yeah.
I'm freaking.
What are you, Halls? What kind of lozenge are you using over there?
Yeah, actually, military is so cheap. Usually it's straight out lozenges. That's the actual brand.
That's it.
Called
Yeah.
lozenges.
But last night they went Halls on me, and it didn't agree with my stomach. At 1 o'clock this morning, I was like,
Wow.
okay, 30
Yeah,
drops
right,
later.
exactly. Yeah, you gotta
I'm
do
a
it sugar free.
Ricola guy.
Ricola. Yeah.
That's
It's a great branding by Ricola. We all
what
did it.
everybody
So
says.
you said it.
Absolutely.
Call something different. P-Cola.
Ew, that sounds gross.
Diddles. P-Diddles.
What?
That's where
branding with
Awesome.
Diddles. Remember Diddles?
Doing great.
P-Diddles.
There was a big knockdown in round 9 by the St. John's Fire Department. Next round, there was a big TKO by Jeremiah, I think, and he took that round for the fire department.
He
Man,
did.
that was a fun one to watch. That was
a
another
good one to watch.
slugfest.
Yeah, that was. Yeah. We really, it's funny. You get in those fights sometimes. Now, we did have a sanctioning body there from Combat Sports, of course, which was Brooks. So he kind of oversaw the process. He doesn't know any of these people. Doesn't really even know us that well. He knows me and Chrissy well. But I honestly thought all 15 fights last night were very, very fair. There was probably one that I could have said, okay, yeah, but really it wasn't like that far off. There was a couple, honestly, especially the last one, you could have flipped a coin with Tyler Lee and Brandon Pierce. I mean, they were just in the face, back and forth for 3 whole minutes.
Yeah.
And then, so that you could have flipped the coin. I mean, blood come out of the mouth and the eye and the nose and the eyes. I'm like, that's what I'm talking about. And matter of fact, I gave all my employees 4 days off because they were pretty beat up.
Oh, really?
That's smart. That's
Great.
smart. We're taking a week
The
off after
taxpayers will
Florida
be mad at you. I
games.
promise you. Just go home because right now you'll be a zombie to your death with black eyes.
Let me tell you who I loved watching, and I've had the privilege of meeting this young lady a few times. She helped me set up your studio out there. Kiara Keeks, right?
Keeks, oh my God.
Bro, she was out there landing big punches. She was working the crowd too.
Oh my gosh.
The crowd was into it between rounds. She's celebrating, she's boasting, and she's just getting back in there and making big hits, man.
What's
that was
funny?
a fun one to watch.
She's a local girl, Southern St. Johns County, came from a really hardworking family, or her mom, of course, and her dad works for us. And my wife and I have watched her work, grow up. And when my wife was the nurse at Gamble Rogers, all these kids came through her clinic because they didn't want to be in class. They come hang out in the medical clinic. But we physically, Keeks is Kiara Tolbert. She's a Black Hawk crew chief.
Yeah.
She's one of those kids that came in my office and said, hey, I want to serve the military. What should I do? And next thing you know, she's a Black Hawk mechanic, crew chief on a Black Hawk helicopter. Then next, she wants to be a deputy sheriff. She's currently so she started as a deputy sheriff this past Monday.
Yeah.
So she's back this morning on the range shooting to qualify this
That's
morning.
a dedicated young lady, man. You can tell she's serious.
I've been hard on her since she's been a young lady because I consider myself a mentor of hers. And, last night she gave me a hug and she just said, I just want to thank you for everything you've given me in life. And I said, you've done yourself, girl. But on weigh-in night, she got in there and she friggin' flexed her abs and she had a six-pack like, oh my God. But she came in there when I actually stuck the card in her face and I said, Tolbert. And her eyes were like, she was looking through mine and I was like, my God, she's going to win. And she came out because the other girl, awesome. She was awesome too, but she was kind of looking all over the map and I was like, hey, you got to focus, baby.
Yeah.
But Kiara Tolbert's Keeks, girl, man, you came out there. I've known you since you were a baby, and you came out there like a grown woman last night.
That might have been the most
I have to
exciting
agree.
match last night.
It was
man.
disciplined, yeah, it was, yeah.
That was great
The
to
big
watch.
boys in the end were exciting for me too.
Yeah, they
'cause
were.
Tyler Lee, I coached him in Pee Wee football. I've coached his brothers, of course. Justin and his dad worked for us and retired. This is a beautiful family, and he came out there, man. I'm telling you, when I went over there and yelled, your baby boy weighs in at 285 pounds. He looked through me like he was gonna kill me. me. That's why I slapped him on the side with a card on the side, But and then of course Brandon Pierce, no one knows this, but Brandon Pierce has battled weight and lost 100 pounds on his own over the last year, and now he's in the ring fighting at 300 pounds. It was pretty impressive.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
For sure.
Yeah.
It was a great night to watch.
God bless, I love it.
I'm so
I didn't want
excited
it
for
to
you
end.
guys that this is taking off.
It was like my marriage. I didn't want it to end. Yeah. I tell them all the time, it's like, I don't want this to ever
Not
end.
going to. Yeah.
No, I can't wait to see how this progresses and evolves through the years,
man.
man. It's just going to be great. What a great start to
Thank you for supporting
doing
us
this
too. I
as
know
your
the three
solo
of you
event.
too you've been good to me. The three of you have, and I know you've been working hard with Kendall on Diamonds of Dreams, and that was the ultimate goal, was to raise a lot of money last night for Diamond of Dreams, and we were in the right direction. And this is going to help families like Troy when when he was young, raising his family. And where do you take these kids that have those special things that God's given them? Well, we're going to have them in Southern St. Johns County.
Yeah. Very cool.
Yeah.
Takes
Very
away that
exciting.
fear of the family.
That's darn
being
right.
out in public
Yeah.
and-
Yeah.
and
Not everybody can afford
it's
to
a
drive.
special- It's a special place.
It is.
It really, really is a special
And
place.
families can't afford to drive from the south up to Aberdeen. They just can't do it. Let's be honest. I think we're missing that too. People think that the entire St. Johns County has wealth and money. Well, we have 25,000 people or more at or below the poverty line, and majority of those live in southern St. Johns County. So we're going to meet a demand and a need that's been long overdue down in South St. Johns County. It's emotional, man. Kendall got in the car last night and cried and goes, "We just got $50,000 more towards that $3.5 million."
Yeah.
And we're getting it. And I'll have some FaceTime with the governor this morning too to discuss that on the Diamond of Dreams. We have appropriations up there. So again, I appreciate the three of you. I know you're a big voice for Rob Hardwick, not just me, but my agency and more important, my wife. And I heard vision and dream of Diamond of Dreams.
Yeah. It's very exciting, man.
Absolutely.
Very exciting.
Awesome. I'm fired up. I want to go punch somebody.
Oh my God! No!
All right.
all sensitive about Diamond and Dreams. I need to punch
somebody.
Just
I'm
take your
not
hat
on
off.
camera. I'll take it for the team.
That boy, that's what I'm talking about. I'm in my second term, but Pete thinks I should go some more, so I'm gonna tone it down just a tad bit. Can you take your hat off so I can kiss your forehead?
No.
What's wrong with you?
Not at all.
All right, Pete.
Why is everyone assault Pete on the show?
That's not assault. That's affection.
That's love.
It was Valentine's Day.
He actually did ask for permission.
Thank you.
He did ask for permission.
Thank you.
It wasn't granted.
So there you go.
I thought you said, Oh, he said,
I heard him.
Ask him. I've never been real good with the word no.
I heard him.
Okay. Well,
I just get. That's my bad. Oh, it's on me.
it's all good, man. You're a few years of therapy will fix it for me. It's all right. It's okay. It's okay. We'll get there, man. Time. It's time now for the Gas Buddy Gas Report. You let us know in the comments where you are seeing the best prices for gas, and we will start at the top of the list with, what is that, the Gate? Wow. The Gate's at $2.99 this morning on Mizell Road. They're never the cheapest. They're $2.89. They're never the cheapest. A1A discount beverage, $2.90. The Gate at 4075 US 1 North, $2.99. Mobile and Circle K at 800 South Ponce, $2.99. Same with the Circle K, the Owens, and we get down to the Sunoco at 450 South Ponce, and we're at $3.02. The Shell at 216 Ponce de Leon Boulevard, also $3.02, and your Circle K on 207 is $3.15. That comes to us from Chris Lucero Bail Bonds. If you or someone you know is in trouble with the law, you're hanging out at the Hardwick Hotel, he can get you out.
Yes, yep.
Gated community, please.
The
Well, it is.
Hardwick Gated Community.
How nice.
Well, if it's a gated community, we gotta come up with a name that sounds fancy, right?
Yeah. So what I did was I do temporary guests in my gated community.
But it's gotta have a gated community name.
Okay.
Whispering
Has a
Willows.
very strict HOA.
What'd you say?
Whispering Willows.
Whispering Willows.
Yeah, something
okay.
like that. Yeah.
I'm thinking something that tied like the green,
Golden
terrace.
green.
Yeah, but some of these sheriffs use the green hotel and the green
Yeah,
house.
Oh, I
green
hear that.
roofing,
Yeah.
Can't we just call it the
I
greenhouse?
love you, sheriffs, but really,
Yeah.
Is a greenhouse, taken?
the greenhouse. Well,
Hardwick Hollows.
well, some of
Hardwick
the-
Hollows.
There we go.
That's very good. Did you just chat GPT that?
No, swear to God.
Okay.
Swear to God. For once, I want to take credit for something creative. It's like a new thing.
That was solid.
bad you have to defend your
let's let your
creativity
listeners chime in and see what they want me to name it.
Hardwick Hollows.
That's a good idea.
What-
Okay.
What,
yeah,
would be
what
a
do you
good
guys
name,
think
guys?
we should be
Yeah.
calling the jail?
Hostile.
But it's a gated community,
I mean, the gated community.
so that's yeah.
Yeah, what do you guys think?
With no HOA fees, we have no HOA fees, no CDD fees.
No, we pay.
And we pay your fees.
We pay.
Hey,
It's more of a hostel.
Okay.
touche.
Hardwick hostel.
That doesn't
I'm
sound
thinking
luxurious.
now. It doesn't sound luxurious. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I
want to
don't
be
want it to
5
sound
stars.
luxurious.
Sounds like a good
Yeah.
time.
Hardwick
Sounds like a
season.
good time, Rick says. Bring your wasp in, Rick.
Okay.
Live music mic check.
Oh.
Scott Hall's going to be at the Milltop Tavern at noon. Damon Slaughter at Bin 39 at 1. Chase Foraker at Pierre's Pub at 1. Shayla Nelson and Jolie at Bin 39 at 4. Jeremy Wineglass, Pontevedra Inn at 1 o'clock. Trevor Compton at the Conch House at 4. Adam Grayford at the Milltop Tavern at 4:30. The House Cats at Shayla Moore at 5. Thick and Thin String Band, Marina Munch at 5. Beck and Summers Band at Tides at 5 p.m. Burn Unit, La Cocina at the Cellar upstairs at 5. Ivan Smith, Casa Divino 57 at 5:30. Buffalo Rose, Fusion 904 Eatery at 6. Walt Kulwicki at Hurricane Grill and Wings at 6. Jesse Cruz, Mellow Mushroom, Anastasia Island at 6 o'clock. West Register, Mellow Mushroom St. John's, 6 p.m. Wesley Ox, The Oasis at 6. Fawn Kaiser, Salt Life at 6. The Bad Endings, Dick Swings Nocatee. 7 o'clock. I know. My mind went to where everybody else's
Me
did.
too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Usually it's that. Never mind.
Wow.
Dinner. It would have been.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, you all know where
David.
I'm going. You all know where I want to go.
Opening by David
I don't know about you.
Copperfield.
but-
Okay.
Shayla Macaluso at Mayday Ice Cream at 7 o'clock. Brothers Futch at Arnold's at 7. The Gypsy Kings at the Amp at 7:30. Erica Reese and Julie Papili at Galentine's Disco at Pierre's Pub at 7:30. Matt Wilson, Cortesi's at 8. Heather Craig, Meehan's at 8. The Hillbilly Hellcats. I like that name.
Me too.
Sounds like a Florida Man Games name.
That's actually a great name.
Yeah.
It's a great name.
At the Milltop Tavern at 9. And Mandala Music. Not Mandela Music. Mandala Music. Prohibition Kitchen at 10. That comes to us from Fidus Roofing, the best in the business. Hire them for, well, get them out there for a free roof inspection, and then if you need some help, you can hire them to fix it. 904-355-ROOF. They do pavers and gutters.
Yeah.
Sheriff, we got a concerning game going around the parents are a little bit concerned about. I guess this is the Assassin's game. This is like some new high school thing for seniors this year.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of media coverage, of course, recently with the shooting of the FTLE agent who was basically off duty at his house, and one of these, of course, teens came into his yard with what appeared to be, a firearm. And of course, it's dark outside, and he made the decision to shoot. By the grace of God, of course, this teen was injured and not, of course, fatally injured.
Yeah.
But of course, we're seeing this game. Yes, we are getting some intel here in St. Johns County. So far, so good as far as responsibility down here in our neck of the woods. We have, of course, spoke with Tim Forson, the school district. They are going to kind of put some information out there because it's kind of spreading across our country, especially in the state of Florida. So again, we're going to probably do some PSA announcements too as well through our PIO team with Lieutenant Harrigan and Taylor Levesque to kind of get in front of this a little bit. But again, we've seen this trend kind of blow through a little bit, whether it be the Pokemon as we saw, or they're doing live scavenger hunts now. But here's what we're going to warn them too as well. You cannot trespass on private property.
Yeah.
That's where you cross the threshold. And I'm not, again, this is not me justifying without the facts of the Nassau County case, but you come onto Rob Hardwick's property where I live at, and you have a firearm in my backyard, and I go out and confront you. This isn't the time to negotiate. You got a water gun or an Orbitz gun.
Yeah.
I mean, so it's one of those things where I tell you that some of these challenges are where you have to go on, a person's private property, a business's private property. You are crossing a very dangerous threshold with
That is
a
a big
legislature,
risk.
sure, that supports, staying your ground, as we all know here.
Yeah.
So
And
again,
people do not hesitate.
No,
in many cases.
they do not.
To get rid of somebody on their property.
Well,
yeah.
first
Because
of all,
you don't know. You don't know. You're not looking out the window like, hey, buddy, what are
Sure.
you doing
Playing a game,
here?
playing a game.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
No,
good
that's
point.
not. There's no time for that.
Well, I think, too, that we got to remind these parents and kids, and you're still a kid, even when you're in high school, you're a senior, you're still a child, and that the state of Florida is armed. I mean, I'm not sure what people that don't carry in the state of Florida. So with that being said, especially on your own property, where you live at, and protect your home domain, which you're protected under Florida and the U.S. Constitution. So we just tell them that, hey, listen, these games are fun. We'd rather have you doing that than selling drugs and doing drugs and committing other crimes. But also, too, you're walking on a very, a gray area there, too, as well. So parents, educate your kids, know what they're doing, know what they're up to, and make sure they understand that private property is private property.
And it sounds like when we used to play like Manhunt back in the day, right?
Sure, yes, sir.
Except for these kids are carrying what look
Technology-based.
like firearms.
Sure.
And that brings a whole other element into this when you've got a young person roaming around in your backyard and all you see is the silhouette of what looks like a firearm.
Yeah.
It's a lot different than kids just playing regular old Manhunt in a neighborhood.
Yeah,
Right?
and I have to.
There was a local athlete who they were playing paintball. The team was playing paintball that night, and someone came to their door, and they thought it was one of their teammates. And they came around the corner and shot him with a paintball gun, and then it was a real intruder.
Yeah.
And that intruder ended up shooting.
Oh,
it's
geez.
a local athlete here.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's how he ended up getting shot
Yeah.
as he was running away from him because he thought it was one of his teammates.
Wow.
So, I mean,
Whoa.
playing with these games, I mean, you got to be.
Yeah, anytime you have something that looks like a firearm, unfortunately, and someone said it's not black. Well, not all firearms are black anymore, by the way. They make
Right.
pink firearms and blue
Yeah,
firearms.
yeah.
I mean, so we can't go down that road of,
Yeah.
it was not a firearm because it was blue in color. I don't know if we can go down that road.
And if it's dark, you
Sure.
can't
You
tell
can't
that.
see.
But
you
don't
can't even
forget,
tell.
too, a 3D printer now can make any color you want of a firearm.
Yeah.
And you can shoot at least
Yeah.
one round out
That's
of
the
there.
scary stuff
Yeah.
right
So
there.
I think we just, again, educate, our children, of course, and then also, too, the responsible ones, too, as well. In these games, you got to make the right decisions. And, again, being armed, as Pete and Troy and Davey said, that puts it at a different level. And people aren't questioning now of, hey, you playing a game or are you a real robber?
Right.
I mean, let's
Yeah.
think about it. Have a little common sense. But,
Yeah.
I appreciate you bringing it up. We'll have some educational pieces out there. School districts getting in front of it. And then, of course, we pray for the family, of course, in Nassau County with that tragic incident.
Yeah, man. You guys also have a recruiting fair coming up. This is happening at Mall 2121, correct?
Yes, sir. Tomorrow, actually. So excited. We partnered up with some of the other entities. It's all over your webpage and your social media platform. But this is our recruiting team under Corporal Tony Rodriguez and Deputy Eureka Grubbs. They got together, think outside the box. And people are like, well, Sheriff, if you're recruiting, why'd you invite everybody else there? Because if you don't want to work at St. John's, we'd love to have you work in some other first responder, public safety. Maybe that's the better fit for you and not maybe the St.
Yeah, I
John's
was going to
County
ask if you guys
Sheriff's
get
Office.
competitive with that. You know what I mean?
It's not competitive. We're in the same business of putting the right people in the right spot, in the right agency, providing the proper services. So if that person maybe they're not ready for a big agency, maybe they're
Right.
not ready for a 1,000-member St. John's County Sheriff's Office, or flip the hat. Maybe they're not ready for a smaller agency. It's a harder place to work sometimes, where you do all the investigative work as opposed to us. We have a detective team and all kinds of other resources. So again, that partnership, or maybe you come in there and say, I don't know if really that law enforcement's for me, but I want to serve in public service. Hey, fire and rescue is very, very similar. Uniform, paramilitary, rank structure, span of control, pay is good, benefits are good. So again, we're just trying to put the right person in the right
Do you
seat.
want to live in a different county and work in another one? Like, is that safer for police officers?
I disagree. I think you all know this, that I pride myself on being from St. Johns County, and it's easier for me to police here. I mean, first of all, I love my wife. I love my job. I don't drink. I don't smoke. So with that, again, it's easy to police in the community. Yes, some people knew me, when I was at, CPS, and I was a little hellion there, by the way. But I mean, this is my home. And now I think we're doing things different. So yes, some people are running from where they don't want to kind of live where they work. I disagree. I'd love for you to, the churches you pray in, the restaurants you eat in, the people you know.
Yeah.
So I think it's important that you know kind of where you're policing and who you're policing. I think you do a better job at that.
Yeah, you'll have more pride with it.
I agree.
I know a young guy who applied for a job with you guys and ended up in Palatka and just loves it.
Loves
Just
it over there.
You guys basically,
Sure.
it was like you're a fresh recruit. You're brand new to this. Let's
get some
let's get
experience.
you some time.
Yeah.
And he loves it. He's doing great out there, and I'm sure he'll be working for you guys one day. But yeah. I mean, I think that just speaks to your thing of what's the best fit for everybody,
totally
and that's
agree.
what you guys are trying to find at this fair.
And it's kind of funny because people say, well, I only worked at Palatka PD. No, you didn't only work at Palatka PD. Palatka PD is a phenomenal agency, and you're probably going to see a lot of exposure there because we're we're 601 square miles. And over there, you're in 2 or 3 square miles.
Right.
So really community policing, and I never throw stones at small agency. I came from a smaller agency. I started a smaller agency, and I think it made me into a better office and a better leader who I am today. So we got to find the right place for the right person. This is about what we're doing at Mall 2121 tomorrow over there, which is you local says the old Ponce de Leon Mall.
Yeah,
We're looking for 911 dispatchers. We're looking for school crossing guards, PSAs. We're looking for HR people, finance people. So it's not just come be a deputy sheriff. It's come be a part of the best agency in the state of Florida, and that's the St. Johns County Sheriff's Office.
Yeah, man.
And that's 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. again over at Mall 2121.
Thank you,
Awesome.
sir.
Thanks, Davey.
Last thing here, you wrote it upside down. Very impressive. Immigration. What does fill me in on this? Because this is all I got. You wrote down immigration.
Yeah, there's just a lot of questions out there, and I think a lot of people that are kind of living in fear. And I just want to, just assure you here in St. Johns County, we have great partnerships at the federal level. I think a lot of you know that the Chief of Staff of the President of the United States and myself have a relationship.
Yeah.
I got a very personal relationship with our National Security Advisor. If you don't know this, in the Oval Office wing, of course, it's the National Security Advisor, Mike Wallace, the Vice President of the United States, Vance, of course, and the Chief of Staff, Susie Wiles, and then it's the President of the United States. So I have a lot of positive contacts up there. And with that being said, as your sheriff, there's a program called the 287G program. That's basically the federal immigration kind of oversight for giving other law enforcement entities the power to assist the federal government with enforcing federal immigration and deportation federal laws. We have been doing that since I've been your sheriff here. We have currently an MOU with the federal government under the 287G program. It's called the WSO program, which is the Warrant Service Officer Program. I have 12 deputy sheriffs that are actually certified to serve papers for the federal government. We did not do this when President Trump stepped into office. We did this since I've been your sheriff. There's two programs you can kind of adopt. We do not have what they call the JEM or the JM program. That's the jail basically enforcement model program or the jail management model program. We don't have those programs, but we have submitted paperwork to the federal government. All that does is give us additional investigative powers to investigate our own federal deportation, immigration laws within our jail so we can assist the federal government in speeding the process up of deportation. So here's what I'm going to kind of leave you with. We in St. Johns County Sheriff's Office are not in the civil business. We are in the criminal business. You give me a list of illegal aliens that have committed crimes in the United States, we will hunt you down just like we hunt down people who look just like us that are from America that have committed crimes. It's no different.
It's the committing crimes part.
You're
that's
darn
the
right.
key.
That's the biggest thing. But here's where people get a little bit confused, by the way. First of all, there are lists out there like, well, Sheriff, how's there a list called the red list if you've committed the crime of murder? And did you bond out of jail? Did you let them out of jail? No. Just like any other unsolved crime that gets solved by DNA evidence, witness testimony, suspects are identified through investigative techniques. And then a warrant is put out for their arrest. Well, if it's, we'll just use the word Sam Hill. Sam Hill is out there, but Sam Hill is also an illegal from Venezuela. You just up the ante on. So that you could be on the red list and be up for deportation because you've committed a crime and now you have a warrant for your arrest. So what we're not going to do here in the St. Johns County Sheriff's Office is we're not going to go knock on 904 now and check all your immigration papers. That's not our job. Our job is to assist the federal government. That's who the experts are. Our job is to look for you if you committed a crime and you're wanted by the federal government or state government, us, for a crime, and you have deportation papers. So I think we're way far ahead of this program. I fully support, of course, our governor. I think everything was worked out, as you know, yesterday. The bill was signed. I'm going to see the governor here in the next couple hours. The bill was signed yesterday. We are in full support. Matter of fact, when I was sitting in here, I had a phone call from Colonel Houts, who's the highest person in charge of Florida Highway Patrol. He didn't have to call me for a partnership. We already have a great relationship and partnership. And then the commissioner for FDLE, which is Mark Glass, we don't need him to mend fence. We are very close friends. So everybody the governor has put into place to enforce the immigration, it's already there. I already have the relationships. I already have the partnerships. Nobody's doing it better than St. Johns County. And nobody has the partnerships and relationships I have at the federal level, the state level, and the local level. That's what we strive to do different in St. Johns County. We put those biases aside. Honestly, it doesn't matter to me who the commander-in-chief is. I got a job to do, and the job is to protect and serve the citizens of St. Johns County.
Yes, sir.
And regardless of who's in charge, it doesn't matter to me. It matters to you, of you accepting me and what we're doing to enforce those laws. So we're doing it better than nobody else in St. Johns County. Super excited to see the governor this morning. He's been good to Rob Hardwick and me in the sheriff's office, and looking forward to seeing the president in the very near future and supporting, of course, their initiatives on getting these people that have committed crimes in the United States of America and that are wanted and get them deported after they answer for their crimes. And then I'll leave it like this. We here in St. Johns County, when you come into our jail, we run a system called an IAQ. It's Immigration Alien Query. When you are booked into our jail and your fingerprints are rolled, you are automatically run through the National Crime Information Center, the Florida Crime Information Center, in a system called NLETS. NLETS, in that system, the IAQ is actually run. We are running more IAQs, immigration, alien queries, than any other agency per capita in the state of Florida.
Wow.
Because our deputy sheriffs, if they pull you over and you were driving on our roads or highways without a driver's license, I don't agree with that. You've got to be held accountable and be held accountable for your actions of driving. We are.
Yeah.
So with that, if we pull you over and you say, my name is, Aaron Smith, and we won't tell us where you're from, where your driver's license is at, you have no papers to prove who you are, you come to my jail. I don't care if you get out 10 minutes later, but we're going to roll your fingerprints. We're going to take pictures of you, and we're going to take pictures of your tattoos, identify if you're missing fingers or birthmarks. And that way, if you commit a crime in this area, the state of Florida in America, you held accountable just like we are.
Yeah.
The problem is, as Americans, we are in 50 different systems: passports, driver's license, school photos, school yearbooks, credit cards, home loans. I can go on and on and on. Of those people that are here, if I was here illegally, I'd be walking on eggshells.
Yeah.
And don't do anything wrong.
Yeah.
But it's that small percentage of that society that is
Right,
committing
yeah.
crimes, and I got to hold you accountable. We will find you. If you're hiding in St. Johns County, you're on that red or amber list, and you're wanted for a crime, we will find you in St. Johns County. Our technology policing is better than anybody in the country, and we will find you. So I recommend you run far away from St. Johns County.
How often do you have one family member will come to the United States legally, and then the other family members, and then they take on the same identity?
Sure.
And I mean, I've seen that
Yeah.
out there. How big of a problem is that?
Sure.
Like, because brothers do have similar DNA. They have
By far.
they have similar looks to them and stuff like that, and they'll take on their brother's identity and still here illegally. Their brother's here legally, but he's now shared his identity with his other sibling. How often is that?
It's very common, and that's one thing we'd be very careful. If you read the new Florida state statute that was signed yesterday into law by the governor yesterday afternoon, and it'll be reiterated today, my team and I are going to dissect it today, but there's some investigative techniques in there. Basically, if you have entered the state of Florida illegally, not country, if you've entered the state of Florida illegally, meaning that you have entered the country somewhere illegally, and now you've entered our state of Florida, that's going to be a new state statute where we got to do the investigative work. But here's what we have in St. Johns County. We have iris. We have facial recognition. And it's not the end all, by the way. Like, we just don't do a facial recognition on Davey and Davey goes to jail. No, that's just one investigative technique tool out of 100. But we have that technology here. We have the AAFES digital prints. We have our own internal AAFES print readers, meaning that if I pull a print off this mug right here and I have a known print, I have readers that people can actually read that print and testify in court.
Yeah, I see it on CSI. I've seen it before.
They're right here in our backyard.
Oh,
My
wow.
people can do that here in our backyard. So I think we're just doing things a little bit different, and we're going to have to do our homework a little bit better, because you're going to get that, and I don't mean any disrespect, you're going to have 5,000 Juan Perez's. It's just a fact.
Yeah.
Here's the problem, though, too.
Like Joe Smith.
They have changed their identity so many times. I'm not sure if they really know what their real identity is.
That's
because their
freaky.
social has been changed. Their name has been changed. In order to survive, right, as an illegal in America, you're given identities to survive. You're in a better country. You left something that is so bad that you came here to be better. So again, we're going to have to do our homework. We're going to work, of course. What we've agreed on with the federal government is we have a great relationship with John Condon, who is basically the Southeast United States in charge of HSI. We talk on a regular basis. I've already had these relationships. The other sheriffs they're right now trying to, who do I call? I ain't got that problem. I've been doing it for 4 years. I have relationships with these people. And what we talked about just the other day, because we had a sheriff's meeting in Jacksonville with quite a few of the power hitters across the state. And John was there, and he's like, we're not going in schools and kids that are, so if you read the new statute, if you're below the age of 18, you're kind of exempt a little bit. So we're not going to go out and, question the 6-year-old boy, how'd you get to America? Yeah. Which I think is great by the governor and the legislature, that we go ahead and let's concentrate on those adults that have been here and they're operating illegally. So we definitely have some homework to do. We will hash it out today. It's a very, very large statute. The first 9 pages or so are kind of talking about driver's licenses. But after that, it gets into the meat and potatoes of you being here illegally, committing crimes, enhancing crimes if you commit a crime in the state of Florida as an illegal alien.
Well, Sheriff, we can't thank you enough for your time again this month, and great fight night. Very excited for you guys.
Appreciate y'all.
I know you got to head out and meet with the governor soon. Tell him we said hi, and next time the president's in town, I expect an invite. Me and DJT need to catch up a little bit. He doesn't answer my calls anymore, but he called me very attractive in 2015. So I know he remembers me. I know he remembers me.
That was a heck of a call. I don't want to refresh memory, but Mike Davis' call was phenomenal.
Oh, Mike Davis.
Phenomenal.
That AI was fresh out. That was awesome.
So good.
That was
I do want
great.
to mention one thing before I leave, because David just brought this up. We have officially broke ground on PAL facility out there for Diamond and Dreams and our new complex for our kids in St. Johns County. So
huge.
Dirt is on the ground.
That's
2,100 loads of dirt will come in. So hopefully this time right now, a year from now, we are playing on the Diamond and Dreams and the field for the Public Athletic League.
I love it.
Talk about it.
Have a great weekend. Appreciate y'all. Thank you for
care,
your
sir.
support.
Yeah.
And God bless. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sheriff Hardwick, everybody.
Don't get any fights.
I know he's got fights on the brain now.
Jeez.
He's going to punch somebody when he walks out of the office here.
Jackson.
Hey, make sure you show the governor your new badge.
That's right. He'll be very impressed.
You know darn well I will. I don't care.
Oh my
He'll be very
gosh.
You'll probably actually understand it.
Amazing.
All right, man. Troy, how do you want to check the comments for today?
On this festive Florida Friday, I will forge through the finite findings of our followers.
All right, as you do that, I'll remind everybody that Baytune and Floyd is not your average local insurance company. They provide peace of mind and insurance to protect your biggest investments. Their approach to insurance and risk longevity in our community and the way they treat their clients sets them apart. They offer homeowners, auto, commercial, and benefits. Been doing it for over 50 years. Christy Lawrenson is St. Augustine's premier agent. She offers complimentary policy reviews and has a deep understanding of insurance and what is needed in St. Augustine to be properly insured. Her attention to detail and organizational skills have found policy errors and cost savings where others have not. Give them a call, 904-794-5455, and schedule your appointment today. Also, our friends at St. Augustine Handy House, proudly owned by Troy Usina Enterprises, conveniently located on State Road 16. It's a family-owned business, been serving the community since 1988. And whether you're looking for a shed, a barn, some office space, a carport, St. Augustine Handy House has the highest-rated handy house structures in the industry, built with a focus on quality and durability. They are open Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, Saturday, 9 to 1. They can handle the financing, the permitting, the delivery, the installation, all of it. They make it super easy for you. Give Troy a call, 904-823-9092. What do you got, other Troy?
All right. Wawa was at 286. Costco was at 285. People were offering lozenges to the sheriff.
Yeah. I'm surprised he had that much of a voice today. I was watching last night, and I was like, this guy's not going to be able to talk tomorrow.
All right. And as far as the vote goes on what we should call it, I think we stick with the name you gave it, the Hardwick Hotel, and just stay with it. Because everything else out there was just...
But we asked for gated community names. Nobody gave us good gated community
Hardwick
names.
Hollows. I thought I was
I
good
think
there.
Hardwick Hollows is the
Very,
one.
very nice.
I think that's the
Hollows
one.
sounds like a Stephen
Hardwick
King.
Hilton.
It sounds like a Stephen King book.
Well, you know, you want to kind of want to go in with a sense of mystery there.
Right,
Yeah.
It's not like Candyland
Yeah,
in
it's
there.
a House of Seven Gables or something.
And I never saw a Party of Five, but evidently the dude you had a crush on was super hot.
Yes. Yes, Scott Wolf.
You know,
Definitely.
So I've never seen the show, but all the girls and commenters out there were in agreement with you, Davey.
Commoners?
Commoners, the peasants, the peasants,
The peasants of the commons. Yeah.
Comment.
Okay, all right, good deal. All right, Stordom stat.
Stordom stat, 270 AD. Valentine became Saint Valentine. He was a holy priest at the time. Claudius the Cruel, the Emperor Claudius II, had outlawed marriage.
Oh, wow.
But Valentine, in his wisdom, said, we're not going to do that. So he secretly married hundreds, maybe even thousands of young couples.
Oh wow!
Now bring in their best.
And Claudius arrested Valentine. Valentine was executed. But on his final day, Valentine had fallen in love with his jailer's daughter, and he left her a note with all my love from your Valentine.
I think he did that just to piss off the jailer.
Yeah.
Right?
Was that out of spite or out of real love?
It might have been a combination of both.
Yeah.
But Emperor Claudius wanted to make his army stronger, and he felt like marriage weakened his army if they had someone home that they had to get back to. So that's why he outlawed marriage.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I'm with him.
All right.
David Cockerfield the Cruel.
David Cockerfield the Cruel.
Kill love.
All right. That great Stordom stat comes to us from St. Augie's Pizza, where you can get a heart-shaped Valentine pizza today.
I'm getting mine tonight. I can't wait.
That's the best Valentine. Everybody loves pizza.
Yes.
Come on, get a heart-shaped pizza. Show your love.
You got to call ahead, though, and there's pickup times. Everybody, just FYI if you do that.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm at 5:30. Don't bump me out.
Plugs, guys.
Hey, the dinner and barbecue for Jimmy Jam this weekend. For
That's right. Tomorrow,
for young,
right?
Young Troy. I think it's actually on Sunday, though, isn't it? The 16th.
I thought it was the 15th.
Yes, it is. It is on
the
Sunday.
16th?
I think it's the
Okay.
16th.
All right,
Which
my
is
bad. I thought it was
Sunday.
15th.
Yes, sir.
At Melvin's.
Yeah.
So get over there, show your support.
You can walk up. Yep.
So
Awesome. It's going to be great food. Hope to see everybody out there. I'll definitely be out there. Davey?
All right, 3 o'clock today. We've got Jenna coming in studio. We've got some great things to talk about. And she's got some great big listings right now, too. So, yeah, that'll be a great conversation at 3.
All right. And we'll see you then.
bye-bye.